Good evening, guys. Well, it is about 5:30. Everybody's fed, birds and dogs fed, except I haven't been fed yet, so I gotta go cook something in a minute. But I'm not that hungry at the moment. I had breakfast late, so I'll have something in a minute. What I wanted to talk about today is this morning I seen online on YouTube somebody, I don't even know the guy's name, I never watched him before. It just said, the title was, I broke up with my girlfriend and I'm leaving Thailand. I didn't think good, bad, or indifferent, but it planted a seed and it's been sort of floating around in my noodle for the day. So I thought about it and I thought, hey, people kept asking me a lot of questions the other day when I did that, the video about, you know, living in Thailand, the cost of living in Thailand and things like that. I think there's other subjects that could be addressed too, such as how to live when you're in Thailand. In fact, nowadays, you could adopt the same theory living anywhere. You know, born in London, so I'm from England, but I never felt comfortable in England, so I left in 2001. Went to America, lived in the middle of nowhere. Did the same thing as I do here. Excuse me, I'm gonna, oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze. I did the same thing as I'm doing here, but I was married then, and you know, she said she wanted to help me, and well, it wasn't help me, it was supposed to be what we did, but she's not like me, and she went off and did her own thing, and I did my thing, and you know, the relationship fell apart, which is okay because everybody grows, and you know, there was an age difference, so we grew apart, which is okay, no problem. But I left. I just packed my bags and left. Come here, spend a couple years in an apartment, and then come here, and now I'm back on my dream path, doing what I want to do. So here I am. Now I could stay here and do nothing, but just live my life every day. And you know, with the money I have now, I could live forever like this, just stay right here and have no problems, okay? But life isn't like that. You know, everything keeps changing. So pause for a minute. I want to tell you a little story. I was in the military for a long time. I was never in the Special Forces, but I did work with Special Forces a couple of times. And one time I worked with SAS, the Special Air Service, for a short time, and they came to our school, and I worked with them, teaching them some stuff. And then we went to their school. There was about 3 of us went to their school. Nobody else wanted to go. And basically, they took us into the middle of nowhere, took us all our stuff off us, and said, "See you," and left us. And we had to sort of survive, but you know, we had to walk to certain places and see things, but you know, that's what the SAS does. So it was fun. I really, really enjoyed it. It was, you know, kind of cold at night, no place to sleep. You had to fend for yourself. But you know, why did I enjoy it so much? Because that's just who I am. So, you know, to live in Thailand, you don't need Special Forces training, but the mindset, I believe, is a good thing to have. You know, one of the things the guy said, the SAS guy said to me was, you'd make a good gray man. Somebody, so what is a gray man? Somebody who can go somewhere, hang around, do what you have to do, and leave. And nobody really notices you. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm 6'4", I weigh about 110 kilos, so I'm kind of a big guy to hide in Thailand, but, you know, I understand the point. And also, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm a nut on survival. I've always have been interested in survival. You know, the whole time I was a kid, I played with it. I joined the army and played with it. I learned things by myself. There was a guy called Lofty Pattern or something, I think his name was. He was an ex-SAS survival instructor and wrote a big book in England. And actually, when I was on that survival thing with the SAS, he was there, and he taught some things. So very interesting to meet him. And then I think I bought the book after I met him. But there's a lot to do with survival. So what is my point? You know, if you're in Thailand, there's things you can do to make your life easier. You know, things may change. You know, you might have a time when you need some help on something. You know, you got your money coming in, you pay for your apartment, and you go, I'm not talking to anybody Pacific, so don't get upset, but it's just a fact. You know, wake up late, go out, eat something, and then go get drunk all night. Next day, same thing. When you feel sick, you don't go drinking, you have a day off, and then you keep doing the same thing every night. So that's not me. I don't want to live like that. But so let me get to the point. I bought a quilt for my bed. You know, quilts are measured by obviously the size and then the threads per inch. So if you buy a quilt with 100 threads per inch, that's like 50 going left, right, and 50 going up and down. So I found a quilt 500 threads per inch. Obviously costs more because it's 250 going one way and 250 going the other way. So, is that right? Yeah. So within 1 inch, there's 500 threads going left and right, up and down. So what does that mean? If you looked under it under a microscope or a maybe a strong magnifying glass, you could see how the threads were interwoven. So what I'm saying is, if you adopt the same style in Thailand, if you interweave with the Thai people, then you know, you become part of the community. And I'm sure that's the whole intention for you know, Falang to be here, is not to come here create your own community. You know, like if you live in Germany, you have to do. If you live in Germany and want to go to work, and you know, you have to get. You know, British people can go to Germany. Well, they can until Brexit comes in, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen after that. But let's say a non-EU person, like an American person, wants to go work for a company or something like that. There's courses that the German government says you have to do. You have to do this language integration course, so that they make sure you know German, so that you can be integrated into the community. Hence, the threads per inch thing. You're interwoven into the community. Here, the Thai government don't do anything. They just say, come on, live your life. But I'm saying, just a thought. And I just thought, you know, I do this anyway, but without thinking, because it's the way I'm geared up. But if you interweave into the society, and hands up, I'm guilty. I haven't learned Thai as well as I should. In the early days, because Thai is completely different from the Romantic languages, you know, English, French, German, which I know. You know, I spoke pretty good German, and I could get by on French. I even spoke Icelandic when I lived in Iceland. So, being in Thailand, everything is completely different. You know, like cow is white, rice, and like 5 or 6 meanings. I'm thinking, too much. But in the early days, it just wouldn't go in. But now it's going in, and I'm actually enjoying it. So, maybe in another 6 months, another year, I'll obviously understand a lot more, can communicate better. But this is just what I do. I would say, make friends. You know, I have friends in the market I go to buy my vegetables, and I'm friendly with them, smiles, they smile back. You know, I took them a gift the other day, and they give me a gift of some raspberries just because they haven't seen me in a couple weeks. So I'm thinking, so I had something for them already, so I give that to them. Bought the vegetables I need, wanted to pay, and they said no, free. I'm like, so now I don't feel I have to, but I'm going to. I will give them something back. So, but this time I'll buy my vegetables first and then give it to them. But I have that relationship with them. Another lady who sells bananas in the week. I went to a coffee shop today to local because I didn't want to really go anywhere, and I paid for my coffee and then sit and talk with them and laugh and joke. The lady who runs it and her son's 12. They live down the road here about 150 meters. He wants to speak English, and I've been teaching him about YouTube. And they had some plumbing problems there, so I wrote on a piece of paper how to fix the plumbing problems. So if we help them and they help us, we integrate. If rules change or you need something, there's no need to leave if you break up with your girlfriend, because you have a network of people who speak English. I know people in the commercial DIY shops, and I know the owner and the staff at a local DIY shop. Every time I go in there, everybody is laughing. They rib me, and I rib them back, and they take my picture and tease me. I used to go in a lot. I don't go some more, but even if I go in now to buy just a couple of small things, because my house is more or less finished, they rib me and take pictures and laugh. So I'm trying, without trying, I'm interweaving into the community. So I think, I believe, the more we do that, the less troubles we're going to get in. So back to the survival thing, you know, if something happens, you know, you already have a finger in the pie, and you can ask for help, call somebody, go somewhere, you know, but it's a reciprocal thing. So you don't have to give them money, but, you know, just be a friend. And to be honest with you, I find it easier to be friends with the Thai people than I do with English or American people or anybody. I don't know, I think because they're just more friendly. You know, I don't want to get into who's friendly or not, but I've said some things before, and people will come to me via email and tell me their thoughts, and they agree with me, but they won't say that in the comments, because you know, there's people there that don't want to be seen by. And I'm thinking, dude, we're here, all of us are here in Thailand together, and we're all doing the same thing. We're carving out our little bit of life. You know, whether it's, if you want to be in Pattaya all the time partying, then do that. If you want to be in Chiang Mai in the mountains, you know, doing whatever you do, that's your prerogative, your money, you live your life. I'm just making a suggestion that if we interweave, become a thread in the fabric of the community, we can, if the poo hits the fan, then we'll be able to survive it much easier. And life is easier, you save money, all of the above. So that's my 2P for today. Thoughts, comments, thumbs up, positive comments, please. And you know, you can always subscribe if you haven't. But you know, that's just my thoughts. I'm not pointing a finger at anybody, not suggesting anything. It's just what I do without even realizing it. But after listening to that, or reading that thing that guy said this morning, I said, yeah, I understand. You know, why do you have to leave? You can leave by choice, or you can leave because you have to. I don't know. I didn't listen to his YouTube clip. I was going out the door. But if you're a member of the society and people know you and you have a place and you're comfortable where you are, why leave? If you have to move and you still need a place, then you can ask somebody. I know in the village here, when there was a guy I knew who needed a place to store something, there was a guy from, I think he was Belgique or Dutch, I think he was Dutch, lived on the other side of town, asked me for some help. So I asked my friends, and they found a house that he could rent to use as storage for 3 months. And I didn't really want to get involved because the guy was a pain. But anyway, he got a place. He paid him some money. He stored his stuff, and he moved out. And he come back and get his stuff later. But that's just an example. You know, I have a friend who's a pharmacist who speaks English, which I'm going to ask her if we can do a little video so I can maybe help somebody about pharmacy stuff. I have an excellent dentist. I don't have a good doctor yet because I haven't found one that I'm comfortable with. And on it goes. So, you know, man management skills from the Army, firm, fair, and friendly. When you're out and about, I never thought I'd be talking about Army stuff when I left, but here I am. I did my piece, and but you know, the skills you learn there are transferable. So one more little thing, guys. I just wanted to say this one more thing. If after you make all your plans and it still fails, then you should have a backup plan. What country are you going to go to? Are you going to go home? Or are you going to go somewhere else? And what are you going to do? How are you going to do that? Do you know the visa laws, the rules? You know, would I go back to UK? Probably not if something happened. Would I go to America? Probably not. You know, I thought years ago maybe I'd go back to America and then buy a van and live in the van. You know, I converted a Volkswagen minibus into a camper. I built a, that's a story in itself. Anyway, I bought a Volkswagen minibus, threw the seats out, built a stove and it's like a overnight thing, no fridge in it. But then years later I had a motorhome and I learned how to fix that, you know. But I think next time if I had to do it again, I would just get a bare van, a high top van because I'm tall, somewhere I can build a spare water, a few gas bottles for cooking, a small fridge, propane fridge probably, some solar panels, a little place to sit, things like that. So maybe I go back to America. I lived there before. Buy a van, convert it with a kitchen and so on in it, and then live in it. You know, stay out west, around the national parks. Then I can go take pictures, and I've been to Yosemite and Yellowstone, etc. Beautiful. But you know, have a plan. Are you going to go to Cambodia? What do you know about Cambodia? I don't know nothing. I know nothing about Laos. I don't know nothing about Myanmar. So that's something I should learn. So, and for those who've been there before and visited, at least you know there's a town somewhere where you can go and you know the rules. So that's good. People who've been here longer than me, that's very good. But just make a plan. Okay, so I want to say this. Don't get angry with what I'm talking about. It's just advice. Friendly advice to those who would like to listen to friendly advice. For the guys who are going to cut off halfway through and send me something nasty, then I know you didn't listen to the end and hear this. So I'm just going to delete you. But it's just friendly advice. I thought about it for a while and I thought about it today and I thought, hey, I want to share this. Okay? So thanks for listening and best wishes, guys. All the best.